it's Netiva again, and this is lesson number 7, tackling non-compliance. In this lesson, we'll learn how to respond when inaccurate and unverifiable information comes back as verified from the credit bureaus. We'll also learn the state and government agencies you should be familiar with in the event you need to enforce compliance. In some circumstances, we can dispute noticeably inaccurate information and it not be updated or removed. We can submit supporting documentation, it'll still come back verified, or a notation that the item will remain unchanged. So what do you do in this event? Because of the automated computerized method in which the credit bureaus dispute information, this is actually not very uncommon. This is why it's important that when you dispute, you want to do so with both the credit bureaus and the company reporting the information, because if it's truly inaccurate and it's on your credit report, both entities are at fault. So here are a few ways to handle this. If it was the credit bureaus who came back verifying your inaccurate item, then you can request their method of investigation when handling your dispute. According to Section 611 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, upon request, the bureaus must provide you, the consumer, a description of how an investigation was conducted, and they need to do this within 15 days after receiving your request. This method works because the bureaus do not always investigate disputes according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act guidelines. So I've actually left two methods of how to request a method of investigation with the credit bureaus, one of them strictly in writing and another one with a combination of phone calls and writing. Step number 2 is to request to see the information of the account's accuracies that exist within your credit files. This happens with the credit bureaus as well. So per Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, upon our request, so again we have to request it, the bureaus must disclose all of the information in our credit files that validates the information currently reporting on our credit reports. So again, we have to request this information. Your third option is to dispute directly with the original creditor. Section 623 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act puts as much responsibility on the original creditor as it does the bureaus in ensuring that our credit reports reflect 100% accuracy and 100% complete information. Now, the verbiage from the letter that you're going to send the original creditor is going to be a bit different than a letter that you sent to the credit bureaus, because they're not going to verify this information. They're going to conduct an investigation, and this is why we call it an investigated dispute letter. Option number 4 is to pull on your states and government agencies. Each state has a consumer protection office that will assist you in speaking with the original creditor directly to resolve a dispute, or by filing a complaint with the Attorney General's office. Keep in mind that you can file a complaint with both your state's Attorney General's office and the state that either the credit bureau or the original company exist. Option number 5 is filing a complaint with the Fair Trade Commission via the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. If the credit bureaus, an original creditor, or collection agency fail to report 100% accurate and verifiable information on our credit reports, this is against our consumer rights and we should be reporting them. The Fair Trade Commission will enforce compliance, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was actually created for this very purpose, to require that the entity you are experiencing issues with will be held accountable. They're going to help you resolve the issue, and they're going to allow the company to become compliant by assisting you in this matter. And if all else fails, you may just have to sue. This option should only be selected if you have been keeping stellar records throughout the entire process, both written and oral communications that have taken place, and also have attempted to resolve this issue through the other options that I mentioned previously. And it's also important that an actual law be violated and or a contract has been breached. So you can't just go and sue just because you're not pleased with the results. It's also important to remember that you have to choose if you would like to sue via small claims court, where no attorneys are allowed, or if you want to sue in federal court, which means that a federal violation has occurred. And I've left some documentation and information for you to know the pros and cons of each, the small claims court option as well as the federal court option. So now I want you to review each option I listed to see which one is the best choice for you. Ready to get started? Let's go!